Watch out now, watch out, watch out now. Howdy, hey guys, welcome back. Got another video, man. Today's video is gonna be about this Craftsman LT 1500. If you guys remember, this is the one I had the issues with the carburetor and everything. So in today's video, we're gonna be replacing some belts. I was cutting grass last week, cutting my yard, and I stopped moving, and I thought something happened to the transmission. But once I looked up under the mower, this belt was hanging from down there, and you can see it's popped. That belt actually goes up under here. That belt goes right in there, and if you can see, that's the actual mechanism that moves. That belt goes on all those pulleys right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change all the belts, and the reason being is because this deck belt is just as worn as the rest of the belt. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the deck belt, the drive belt, which is here, and we're gonna replace that small transmission belt, which is located right under the driver's seat, under the battery. So we're gonna go ahead and get to that, and we're gonna show you guys how to remove this deck. And this does have the 42-inch deck, so we're gonna show you guys how to remove the deck, change the belt on the deck, change the drive belt, and change the belt on top of the transmission. All right guys, stay tuned, and guess what, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. The subscribe button is located down there, somewhere down there. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, share my other videos, like my other videos, and just continually support. We appreciate everything. We love y'all. Be right back. All right guys, the first step in replacing or removing this deck off this lawnmower is go ahead and lower it down to the lowest setting that it'll go. And once you got it dropped all the way down, the next step would be removing clips. So if you look right here at the front of the deck, you can see this arm right here. So what you want to do is you want to take this arm, and you might have to like lift up the front of the deck just a little bit. You want to take this arm, hold up the front of the deck, pop that arm out, and first it'll be a clip on it. I've already taken the clips off, but you take the clip out the end of this arm, pull it out, it drops the front of the deck. Come to the back, you do the same thing. This arm here, I'm gonna push that out the way, and then you're able to take it off. You go to the opposite side. Now all of these arms have a hole in it for a pin, and let me see if I can get the camera in it to show you what it looks like. I'm not sure if it's focused well, but there's a hole in here, and you stick the pin after you push this through the hole here. You stick the pin in it to hold it in place. So we go back to the other side. And on this side, it'll be a pin here, right in here. You want to remove that pin as well. The arm here, pop that arm out. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and replace. I like to go ahead and replace the arm back into this hole. And you do the same with the other side. And what you want to do is you want to lift up the deck. And the reason that I like to raise them back up is so that they're not in my way when you get ready to pull the deck out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and raise it up and show you guys how it looks. guys, so once you raise it up, it's gonna look like that. All right guys, the next step, we'll go ahead and take the belt off. Pull the deck from under the belt. All right guys, now that you have these arms out of your way, and you want to make sure that the belt is no longer attached to the pulley, then you're able to slide the deck out. And guys, you want to slide the deck out. And then you'll get to a point where once you have the deck out far enough, this cable here, you want to take this cable, and there's another pin right here. You want to pull that pin out. The pin will be right in there. You want to pull that pin out, pull this cable, release it, and pull the deck all the way out. And once you get that, you want to take this spring, push it down, pull it out of there. And this is how your deck is actually engaged once you pull your lever to engage your deck, or the blades. Slide that out the way, and you can pull the deck the rest of the way out. All right guys, I'm standing at the back of the deck now, and as you can see how the belt is routed, you can go ahead and take heed to that. Take a screenshot, a picture, or anything, just in case you might need that. So if you see how the belt is routed, you're gonna route your new belt exactly the same way. Some may have a diagram, this one doesn't, but there you go. And this is looking at the back of the deck. That's the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys up. We'll change the belt on the deck real quick. Then I'll show you guys how to change the drive belt. All right, be back in 1 minute. All right guys, I hope this is a good view. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the new belt, and we'll take this old belt off and run the new belt through it real quick. All right. This is the new belt, guys, and this is the belt I have. And if you look right here, that's the measurement on the belt. All right, so we can go ahead and take this belt off. Grab the new belt, and it's a trial and error. If you don't remember how you put the belt back on, just put it on one way, and you will realize that if it's right or wrong by looking at it. So we're gonna go ahead and route this belt. We'll route it in here. Step. First pulley by the chute, we'll put it here. We'll run it through this hook, run it to this other big pulley, come back, go behind this pulley, go back to the chute, grab this belt, go behind this pulley, see if I can bend this so we don't mess up our belt. Get you a pair of pliers and bend this little keeper back. So you just want to bend it enough to get the belt through without cutting the belt. So now that you have that, that's your deck belt ran. We're good to go on the deck. So we'll slide the deck to the side, and I'll show you guys how to do the rest of it. All right guys, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to record, and I hope my screen looks pretty good, because I just realized that my lens cracked. I don't know if you see the clip, or I might cut the clip out, but I messed around and dropped my camera recording that deck, and I just cracked my lens. But it's all right, we're gonna continue. So hopefully it's not messing up the vision and the view. So the next thing we're gonna do is change this drive belt, and we'll go ahead, and the first thing you want to do is you want to grab your brakes, push your brakes all the way down, and lock it in place. And for on these Craftsman, the park brake is right there, if you can see it. It's that yellow knob, and you just push it all the way down. like that, and then you can release the brakes and it'll stay there. Now that you have that, this drive belt, it's gonna be on this top pulley. The top pulley right here, this drive belt runs here, and it runs all the way back to the transmission. And I'm gonna try to angle the camera where you can see exactly where it runs. It runs there, it goes under the between this bar and the frame, it runs all the way back, and it rides on that big pulley right there, the one right there. But it rides on the bottom. I had already pulled it out of the bracket, not the top one that it's in now. It rides on that bottom one. So let me see if I can get a hand in there and show you guys. So it does not ride on this top one. This drive belt rides on the bottom one right here. Okay, so instead of the belt being there, the belt will be right in there, just like that. That's how the belt is gonna run. All right, so we can go ahead and pop that off, pull it from on top of this pulley. It might just be easier to go ahead and take the belt off from here if we can. You know what, let's take the battery out. That might be easier, and it might give us more room to get to that top belt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this battery out and sit it to the side. Hold on one sec. And I have it on the charger right now because I need to cut grass after I get done. So we can sit it right there. So that belt rides on that pulley. Hopefully you can see it. That belt rides on that pulley right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that belt off. All right guys, we took the belt from off the pulley here. Now we can go ahead and pull it from up under it. And what you want to do is just pull it from over this pulley and pull it all the way out. All right, now you have that out. We can go ahead and grab the new one, which is this one, and that's the all right guys, this is the belt, and I'm gonna try to put y'all somewhere. Hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. Guys, so we have the belt ran, but in order to get the belt over that pulley, as you can see, it's a holder right there, that little tab, and it's causing the belt not to go on. And it looks like the pulley has a bolt under it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a pair of pliers, a wrench and socket, and we're gonna loose that bolt and see if we can remove that pulley. And guys, so I grabbed my little wrench here, and we're gonna see if we can loose that bolt. Now that we have that pulley loose, guys, should be able to lift it up, and we should be able to lift it up enough that we clear it to get the belt on. So let's go from the top. It's not really a good place to put you guys. It looks like these battery holders come out, so we're gonna go ahead and just take these out. And it looks like to get these out, you rock them to the side like this. Grab one in, squeeze it in, take it out, pull the other one out. All right, with this pulley, we're gonna lift the pulley up, put the belt on to clear those prongs, and then we'll put it back down. All right, now we got the belt on, and you see that it does clear that tab that's right there now. I don't know if you can see that tab, but we had to clear that. So now what we want to do is go ahead and tighten that pulley back up. So let's go ahead and put the screw back in it. Hopefully you guys can see. This is the hole right here for that pulley. We go ahead and put the bolt back in. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right. All right. Make sure we put our impact on tighten. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the pliers and grabbing the pulley so that it doesn't turn while I'm tightening. All right, that's back on. Alright, now that we have the back on, now we can worry about the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to route this belt maybe I should have done that first. Let me go ahead and take the belt back off, and I'm going to have to run it through this pulley first and then put it on the back. I'll be right back. All right guys, so what I did was I took the bolt out the bottom of this big pulley coming from the engine, and we just took the bolt out of that, loosed it off, and then you just get it, put the belt in between it like that, and put it back on, and make sure you line up the keyways, and then just slide it all the way back on, all the way till it gets to the top. All right guys, we got that belt back on. Now what we want to do is we want to go up to the top. Now I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We need to replace this small belt, and this is actually the one that broke, and it goes on this big pulley here, that pulley there, and that small pulley right in the corner there. And that part number is, the part number for that small belt that goes over the transmission is this number right there. All right, so it seems like back in this corner here, it's not going to be enough room between that big pulley and the side of wall of this frame to put that belt on. But it looks like I'm looking. I think if I loose these two bolts here, those two there, and come to the other side on the side of the frame and loose those two there, that should allow me to be able to slide this transmission over a little bit, and that should give me enough room to slide the belt in between that wall and that pulley. So I'll be right back. Let me try that out. And that bolt is a 1/2 inch bolt, so we can go ahead and loose those. Thank God for impact wrenches. Put the wrench on the top. That's one. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the opposite side. Let's go to the next one, last one. All right, guys, I think that did help. Just it moved it just enough. Let me see if I can slide the transmission over just a little bit more to get it to actually go all the way and fall, because that belt still hung up on that sidewall. Let's see if I can slide it over just enough. All right, guys, it fell in place. As you can see, it's now on that pulley. Now we need to get it on that small pulley right at the front. You want to get you a 14mm wrench and socket. Put it on that back of that pulley, and you can use that for leverage. And I'll go ahead and see if I can set the camera up. Hopefully you guys can see it. And we'll pull it and get the belt put on. Now you're going to need two hands. Once you get it, take it off, and that's it. Now we already replaced all belts. Now we can slide the deck back under it. That'll be the next step. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put all those 4 bolts back in. All right, grab the gun. Alright, guys, so we can go ahead and slide the deck back under it and hook everything back up and should be ready to cut. So we can go ahead and slide this deck under there. Slide it too far. I'm gonna go back and hook this cable back up. We'll drop the pin in it since we got it right here. Got that pin in. Now we can slide it on under. We'll go ahead and lower our deck position lever back all the way down. Throw one of the pins in. to the other side. Do the same thing. All right, guys, everything's put back together, the deck's back on, and that's it. I appreciate you guys for watching, tuning in, liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all that you do for me and my family, man. We appreciate everything, man. We thank you guys for watching, tuning in. And like I said, this is the pretty much the deck belt, the drive belt, and the transmission upper belt, or upper drive belt, I think is what it's called, on the LT 1500 Craftsman lawnmower. And that's pretty much how you do replace all the belts. So we thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all tune in, and guess what? Peace.